Sasha. So you've made it to the Wimbledon semi-finals for the first time. Just give us your thoughts on how you're feeling right now.
Yeah, happy to be in the semi-finals for sure. I think especially against someone like Taylor, who I struggled with over the past 2 years. It's been a pretty one-sided tennis match that always went his way. So I'm very pleased with how I played, and to be in the semi-finals is great.
Pretty dominant match today against Taylor, even though he might have been a little bit compromised. But how much of this is just your growing comfort on grass, and how much of it is just confidence coming off Roland-Garros?
Yeah, I think winning Roland-Garros definitely helps for sure. There's no question about it. But I think, I changed my game a bit for grass, and it's working quite well this year. I think I spoke about it the previous matches, my return position. My position generally on court has changed, and I tried it the last couple of years, but I never felt comfortable doing it, which this year feels a bit different. So, of course, I'm very pleased and very happy about that.
Simon?
Your semi-final opponent is a guy who has surprised a lot of people. Do you know much about him, and what do you expect to encounter playing a Brit on centre?
Yeah, the first time I watched him play was actually in Australia. He beat Koboli in the first round. I watched that match, and I was very impressed back then already. I thought he has a very clean technique and very clean ground strokes. So I thought he was a very good tennis player already back then. So, of course, it's maybe a surprise a little bit that he's in the semi-finals, but I think he deserves it. The wins that he had, the way he fought back, and couple of those matches is great to see, and I think it's great. It's a great story. And to the second part of your question, I'm very happy to play him in the semi-finals. I think it's going to be a great atmosphere. Of course, I know that 99% of the people will be cheering for him, but I also enjoy those kind of atmospheres. I enjoy when the energy is very high. And for me, British crowds, or the crowd here at Wimbledon, is always quite fair. Yes, they're cheerful, they're very loud, energetic, but they're still fair, and I look forward to that challenge.
Matt?
Well done, Sasha. You said that you weren't comfortable with the changes you were making in your game here the last couple of years, and now you are. Do you have any sense of why it has become comfortable this year, whether it's conditions or confidence or anything that's you've gotten better at?
I felt very good here in 2024. I was very open about it until I got injured with my knee. I felt really good. And then last year, honestly, I didn't have time to feel comfortable. I lost first round to a great opponent, to somebody who served incredible. And this year, the difference is I played someone very similar in the first round and I won. And then after that, felt much better in the second round, better in the third round, and so on. So sometimes it's just a bit of matches. And I think it's also confidence. On grass, you need confidence to play well on the surface. And I think the months before coming into Wimbledon, I think they just help.
George?
Is there anything you can take from 2 years ago? You beat Cam Norrie on centre. It's obviously a semi-final, but can you draw any experiences of being against a Brit and having everyone against you, essentially?
But again, I'm almost 30 years old. I've been on tour for long enough, and I feel like I've seen the most hostile crowds. I've seen tough crowds as well. I've seen unfair crowds sometimes as well, and I feel like I should know how to handle it. I've learned how to handle it. I'm okay with it. And again, I always feel like the English crowd in here, especially in London, they're always quite fair. Yes, they can be loud, they can be cheerful, but that's okay. I don't mind it at all. So yeah, I just look forward to a tough challenge in the semi-finals of the Slam.
David?
What sort of preparation will you do in terms of trying to work out how he might play against you? I realise you saw him play against Koboli, but he's still a relatively new name.
Yeah, I think me and my team will look into it. We'll watch some videos. We'll watch some footage for sure. Again, I think it's no surprise I didn't watch loads of him play. I never played with him. But he's played a fantastic tournament. He absolutely deserves to be in the semifinals, and I'm gonna do everything I can to prepare as well as I can and to play the best match I can.
Charlie?
Yeah, I mean, Arthur's got this far playing with kind of nothing to lose and has maybe surprised some of his opponents. I feel like generally you've been pretty good at avoiding those kind of upsets. How do you manage that dynamic where you go in as a kind of huge favourite and sort of balance not being complacent but also being confident and kind of showing that?
Well, I've had my fair bits of upsets over the years, to be honest. But this year, yeah, I've been okay. But again, I think people maybe overthink it, but it's just another tennis match. Of course, it's a big match. There's a lot on the line. It's a Wimbledon final on the line. I think both of us, we both know that for sure. But at the end of the day, I've learned that a tennis match is a tennis match, and nobody will die. Nobody will. Their lives will not be drastically changed. We'll continue living, and I'll just try to play my best tennis. There's nothing more to it.
Okay, last English question, Eleanor.
I realise you haven't seen that much of Arthur play, but from what you have seen, do you feel like grass is potentially the surface where he could, have the most success? Is that going to be the most tricky surface?
I mean, I think quite obviously so, right? Semi-finals of Wimbledon, it's very difficult to get to, and for sure this is the best result. It's going to be probably top 50 after this week. I think the results speak for itself in a way, but again, he's quite new on tour. Maybe he will surprise us on a hard court. Maybe he'll surprise us on a clay court next year. We don't know, but for now, I think there's no question about it.